Welcome back to my Unreal Engine tutorial series. So today I am going to show you how to switch between different types of arrows like this. So this is a fire arrow, and this is a poison arrow, and this is the normal arrow again, and again fun poison arrow. So I haven't implemented what should happens when I shoot a fire arrow or another type of arrow yet, and I will cover that in a future episode. So this part is for now. And as always, this episode is sponsored by these generous Patreons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Right. So okay, let's open our BP arrow, and first of all I need to define an input to rotate through arrow types. So for that I am going to use the mouse wheel, and it should be an axis or a action. No, I think it should be a action, isn't it? Right, so let's add a new action, and I'll call it next power. Oh, next type. Yeah, I think that would be cool. Next type of arrow. And as for the input, I'm going to add mouse wheel up. And I need another previous type and action, and I mouse wheel down. Okay, that part is done. Now let's go back to my arrow blueprint. It should be here, right? And BP arrow, let's open it. Okay, and yeah, this looks messy, so let's collapse this part. Fire. Right. Now let's implement those input actions that I newly added for the next arrow type and previous arrow type. Yeah, next type and previous type. Yeah, like this. And also I need a new variable to hold the arrow type, the current arrow type index. It should be in the type of float. When I press next arrow type, it should increment this arrow type index, and when I rotate mouse wheel down, it should decrement the arrow type index. So to confirm whether this is working, let's print the value of this arrow type index. Oh, sorry, that's not the place I should connect it. I need to purchase another mouse because this mouse is giving me troubles. It clicks twice when I press once. Okay, so and also I need to enable the inputs for that PP arrow. So let's open our 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐭, and when I spawn that arrow, I need to enable inputs for that, but it should happen only for the player character. Oh, this is the enemy character, not the one I need. Let's open the player character. But actually I spawn the arrow here in the 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐭. So for the arrow I should enable inputs only if my character is controlled by the player. Yeah, this is where I spawn the arrow. So let's enable the inputs here like this. Let's get a reference to the arrow. Like this. I'm having trouble with my mouse. Okay, finally. Enable input. Where did I get the arrow? I need only one arrow input. Okay, let's drag a reference to arrow here and enable input like this, but only if my character is controlled by the player. So we can get the reference to a player controller like this. Let's get some space here and do a branch is player controlled. So this will return true if this 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐭 character is currently controlled by the player. So let's see if that works. Yeah, as you can see in the top left corner, you see a number is being printed to the screen. So that means that input is working here. Right. The next part is I'm going to spawn a particle effect at the on the tip of the arrow. Maybe we can use this one in order to show that this is a fire arrow. Right, let's go to the arrow blueprint and attach. First I need a scene component that I'm going to attach my particle into this scene component. Let's call it particle socket. And it should be at the tip of the arrow like this. And let's attach that particle effect and see how it looks. Well, this is too large. Let's try scaling down this particle effect Still something is not wrong. I think I may need to modify this one a little bit to get the exact effect I want. Um, okay, let's duplicate this one because just in case something went wrong, I need need the original particle. So I will keep the original particle as it is and modify the duplicate. Let's disable these other modules. I think I only need these flames. And yeah, so how to make them spawn from only one place? Okay, what is this sphere? Right, so this gives the start location variation. So let's disable that one. Yeah, I think that solves the problem. And let's see how it looks. Okay, but I still think this the flames speed is too much. Maybe I should reduce that one a little bit. So let's disable this one or change the velocity values. Yeah, why don't I disable this one and see what happens. Right, I think that will do the trick. Yeah, it seems fine. Compile and let's see how it looks. Okay, it seems my hand is on fire. So maybe I should increase the length of the arrow a little bit to fix that. Right. Let's uh, let's increase the length like this and move it. Okay. And yeah, I think this should be alright. Let's see. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, now what? Okay, now I have to dynamically assign or spawn the particle effect to the arrow tip, and also I need another particle effect to show the poison arrow type. So maybe we can make this one green. So do I need to change the material of this one? Okay, it's already in white, so maybe I can change the material color in here. Yeah, we have this color overlay. Let's change this. If I disable this, it is not showing up. So yeah, let's change this color to something like green. Oh, that's easy. That's easier than I thought, actually. Right, so this is our poison arrow particle effect. And let's delete this one because I'm gonna dynamically assign and spawn and attach that particle effect to the tip of the arrow from here. Okay, so here I'm going to spawn the particle effect by spawn emitter attached, and attached component is this. What's happening? This particle socket. Okay, that happens because double clicking. Right, let's get some room here. And oops. And what about this emitter template? So for this one, I need an array. Oh, I can't make an array here. So let's promote this one to a variable. Let's name it particle array or particles, and convert to a array. Right, break link and get a copy. Yeah, first I need to make sure that I'm getting a valid particle emitter, because for the first element of this arrow I'm going to leave it empty, because for the normal arrow I don't need any kind of particle effect. And for the 1 and 2 I'm going to add fire particle and that poison green fire particle. And we need a way to get the, maybe using a modulus with the length of this particle array. I can make sure that I will always get a number in between 0 and something smaller than the length of this particle, so that I wouldn't get any out of bound errors or anything. Or maybe there is a better way to do that. Yeah, let's delete this one. Let's set the arrow type index like this. We can clamp. Let's get some room here. We can clamp the value of this one between 0 and the length -1 of this particles array. Right, and then connect this. Okay, so yeah, that I will always have a value smaller than the length of the particles. And I'm gonna, yeah, let's promote this output to a variable and name it arrow particle. And so before spawning a new one, I need to make sure that I have already destroyed the previous arrow particle when I'm going to change that. So let's, oops, this is right. Okay, let's check if this one is valid, and if it is valid I need to destroy that. And I'm gonna add 3 elements to this one. So first one I'm gonna leave empty, because for the normal type of arrow the index is 0 and I don't need any kind of a particle effect for that. And for the next one I'm going to add fire 1, and for the next one I'm going to add green fire or fire green. Right. And okay, so why did I leave that getting length? Why did I delete that get length part? Okay, that was a mistake. I need to add it here like this. Okay. Let's wait. Yeah, right. So this is the fire arrow and this is the green poison arrow, and this is again the normal arrow, and this is again poison arrow and fire arrow. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for today. Oh yeah, let's add a sound effect. I have already imported this sound and this some drawing weapon sound. So this is what I'm going to do. Let's create first the drawing sound will be played, and then this fire small crackle sound will be queued, will be looped. So let's add this one as well into the sound queue, and let's concatenate the drawing sound and the small crackle fire sound. And I need to make it looping, and this is the way it sounds now. The latter part will be looped, and yeah, let's name this one start fire queue. Right, now let's play that sound here. Let's spawn. Oh, I forgot to add attenuation settings here. So if you don't know what this attenuation is, that is that defines how long this sound should be heard from, or how long this sound be heard until it fades off. How long, not how long, from how far actually. And let's spawn sound attached here, and for the sound let's select the fire start. Yeah, that, and attached component is this one, particle socket. Okay, right. And also I'll promote this one to a variable so that I can keep it, because I need to destroy this one before starting another when I change the arrow type. So let's destroy this one right here when I change the arrow type, and let's see how it works. Okay, that's the fire start sound, and that's the poison fire, and Yeah, when the normal type arrows, it seems the sound is not stopping. Why is that? Let's check. Yeah, maybe I can't destroy this fire sound like other components. So let's do something like this. Let's check if I already have this fire sound spawned. Okay, is valid. So if this is valid, that means I have already spawned that. We need some space here. So if I already have that, I should play it. Otherwise I should spawn it and then play it. Right, and I'm gonna do the same thing here. If I already have a fire sound, I need to stop that when I'm going to change the arrow type. Stop. Alright, let's see how it works. Right, now this is the fire, and when I change the arrow type, it stops. And it works for the poison. Right, okay, that sound is gone now. And yeah, that's all for today, and in the next episode I wish to implement what happens when I shoot a fire arrow, or what happens when I shoot a poison arrow. So that part will be covered in the next episode. For example, if I shoot those explosive barrels with a normal arrow, they wouldn't explode, but only with the fire arrow. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of my Patreon club right here. Link would be in the description below. And I regularly upload the source code I am working with into my Patreon page. Feel free to check that. And yeah, see you in the next episode. Goodbye.